Now this is the K688 microphone from Fifine mounted to the BM88 low profile microphone arm from Fifine as well. Today's video is going to be about this thing. Yes, I have a microphone in front of me. This is very unusual for my videos. I don't usually have a microphone like this in front of me. Now Fifine are a great company that does really good quality audio devices for streamers and content creators, and I've reviewed one of their microphones in the past, which was the K658 microphone, which is a streaming microphone. Now here today I have this BM88 podcast microphone. This microphone, as you can see, is very nice and sleek. It's designed and made for podcasts. It's a dual input microphone, which means that it's got a XLR input and a USB-C input. More on that in a bit. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off with reviewing the design of this thing. Now, to start off with the microphone arm. So I've been in the market to grab a low profile microphone arm for the longest time, but I've never really been able to justify the need to. One thing I have always wanted is to have a second audio setup on the side of my computer, because I run two setups. I run my general content creation setup, which is what I have everything hooked to, and also my Wave 3 microphone up there. It's hooked up to my laptop, and that's what I use for all of my content creation, hooked up to my MacBook rather. And then I will have my work setup, which I've got a laptop off there in the side, hooked up to another USB-C hub, which is what I kind of run my work setup off of when I'm working, my 9 to 5. Because I have a 9 to 5 and I do content creation. Yes, I'm that guy. But thanks to Fifine, that wish has come true. They have sent me this low profile arm. This low profile arm is actually really nice build quality. As you can see here, it's really well adjustable. It's nice and smooth. It's not stiff. It's pretty strong. It's keeping its own, and it's got this nice matte sleek finish to it, which I really like. And as far as low profile microphone arms go, it's pretty good looking, pretty standard, and I think it more than does the job. It also comes in white, and it comes in about $62 US for the white one, and about $60 US for the black version. So it's a very well priced budget option for a low profile microphone arm. I don't think if you grab one of these that you're going to be really disappointed by it, because it does what it needs to do. It hides the wiring pretty well, and it just does the job. Now for the microphone itself, it's very similar in design to the K658 microphone that I reviewed in the past. Now one big difference that this has is it doesn't have the RGB strip that goes around it, which obviously for a podcast mic is a good shout, and I think Fifine have done a good job with the kind of build quality of this. It feels good and heavy in the hand, it feels nice and sturdy, and you've got these two volume rockers here at the bottom, and of course it's an XLR and USB-C microphone, so it's got the XLR and USB-C inputs at the bottom there as well. It's nice black and grey design, means that it's perfect for podcasts. It looks good and professional, and that's what you want out of a podcast mic. You don't want a lot of RGB, you don't want a lot of flashiness, you want something good that just works and looks good on the camera, looks nice and clean on the camera, and this is what you're getting with the Fifine K688. Now when it comes to the volume rockers, one thing I did notice is that if I plug in my mic monitoring headset here, the volume rockers are meant to be for two things. One is for the microphone gain, and the other is for the headset audio control. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to do a little bit of microphone monitoring live with you guys, and what we're going to see is how those volume rockers work, and also how my own voice sounds in the headset. So my voice obviously sounds amazing, but you've got one primary rocker here, which should be changing the volume of the input gain. So if I turn this all the way down, what I'm actually hearing is that the headset volume has gone completely down. So it's a bit strange to me, because when I was testing this I got exactly the same thing, but you guys should still be able to hear me completely fine. And what I'm seeing is the audio input here is also showing that it's completely fine. I'm going to turn this all the way back up, and I can hear myself again, so the mic monitoring is working again. Now if I take the headset volume rocker, the mic monitoring volume rocker, and I turn that one down, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to, which is turning the mic monitoring volume in the headset down, but it's not affecting the audio at all in any way whatsoever, because you guys should still be able to hear me, and that's what I'm seeing, is that I'm still getting an input. Turn this back up, and I can hear myself again in the headset, so the mic monitoring is working again. So I'm going to take this off, and so I feel like that's a little bit of a design flaw, because right now I've got this hooked up via the USB-C cable, and what I think, this is my theory, and unfortunately I can't test this theory, but the theory is that this volume rocker works better, or actually works, when you've got an XLR input in. So it's not for the USB input. For some reason, whatever that reason might be, it works for the XLR input gain rather than the USB-C input gain. Now, I don't have the ability to test this because I don't have an XLR audio interface to be able to test it with. But if I do get hold of one of those, I'll test it and I'll get back to you on that. So in terms of design and features, it's got all the basics. It's got that volume rocker for your headset or for your volume audio gain if it does work. It's got the mute button here at the top, and it looks nice and clean. So as far as design goes, I'm going to give it full points, because for the price that you're getting this at, you're getting a really well built, well designed audio kit that's going to look nice and professional on your videos like it does here. I mean, if I have the mic just a bit lower and it kind of just shows a little bit instead of kind of completely showing up on the video, you know, you've got that option there as well. Now moving on to obviously the main part of this review, which is the actual audio quality. Now, actually, the audio quality that you've been hearing throughout this entire video has been through this microphone, as you just saw when I did the test, and it's a pretty good quality audio. I mean, it's clear, it's crisp, it's not been peaking at all from what I've been noticing here. Like, I've got my laptop here set up so that I can monitor the gain levels of the audio, and it's not been peaking at all. It's been peaking up to kind of the minus 12 decibel point, which is what you want, but it's not been going into that red zone. And that's really good, because that's exactly what you want from a microphone, something that doesn't peak, something that's getting you clear, crisp audio and good sounding audio. Now, despite me having done a number of review videos on microphones on this channel, I'm not an audiophile, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what the highs and the lows sound like and if it's muggy or not. I can tell you if it's crisp, I can tell you if it sounds good, and that's the kind of videos that I want to bring to you, is real world usage videos. What it sounds to me like, what it's going to sound to your average person watching your videos, watching your podcast, watching your streams, and how that's going to seem. So for that kind of usage, I think this is going to be absolutely fine, more than enough, because the audio is more than good enough. It's not echoing, it's not muggy, it's not too bassy, it just sounds good. And for the price that you're getting at, I think that's what you would want to expect, because this microphone comes up about $65 right now, which is a really nice budget price. So if you're looking for a good quality, good sounding microphone that has XLR input and USB-C input, does the job for you, looks pretty decent, then this is a very good shout from Fifine. I think kudos to them for the design of this thing and the functionality that this has. I think it's very basic. It's what you need if you just want something that's really nice, easy, plug and play for your podcasts, for your videos, for your streams, something that looks nice and clean and good without too much RGB and fanciness. Then this is a microphone you want to get. Obviously, Fifine have a range of other microphones in their kind of inventory, in their arsenal, in their website. But out of those, I think this looks the cleanest, this looks the nicest and simplest. And if that's the kind of look that you're after, then this combined with that low profile arm is actually a good shout. Now, one thing I did want to bring you is a comparison between the XLR input audio quality and the USB-C input audio quality, because there is generally a difference when you have a microphone that has an XLR input, because that's going to be able to transfer that audio data better than a USB-C input is going to be able to do. Unfortunately, I don't have an XLR audio interface, so I'm not going to be able to bring you that comparison. But for those of you who do have an XLR audio interface, something like the Wave XLR or a Red Scarlet, then you're going to be able to plug this into that and get better sounding audio, which you can probably do more in post-production. Now, Fifine, if you want to send me one of your very own ones, then I'm all up for that, and I'd be very happy to bring you a comparison then of the XLR quality versus the USB quality coming out of this microphone. Now, one comparison that I can bring you is the quality of this microphone versus the general audio setup that I have, which is the Sennheiser MKE600, which I have attached to my camera right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just switch around between these two microphones now, just to show you the difference. So what you're hearing right now is through the K688 microphone, as you have been through the entirety of this video. The microphone is set a couple of centimeters away from my face, just like a podcast mic should be. Now, this microphone is a dynamic cardioid microphone, which means that it is picking up that audio directly from whatever is in front of it, which makes it really good, because it means that it's not picking up a lot of environmental sound. So you do have to talk directly into the microphone to be able to get that audio nice and clear from it, which is very similar to what you've got to do with a shotgun microphone like the one that I've got here in the MKE600 in front of me, and that's what you're hearing right now, the MKE600. I'm having to talk a little bit louder because it is a little bit further away from me. I've got the gain turned up just enough so that the gain input of the two microphones match. Now, the MKE600 is a $250 shotgun directional microphone, so it's a different type of microphone to this, but that's what I've got right in front of me, and I think it's the easiest comparison to do, to be able to give you that idea of what this sounds like compared to what my videos would generally sound. So you can hear for yourselves the quality difference that you've got between these two mics. Both of them are very good and clear. Now, the MKE600, like I said, is a several £100 microphone. It's gonna be naturally higher quality, and neither of these audios are treated for anything like background noise or anything like that. This is just fresh out of what you're getting directly out of the box kind of thing. I don't have any other special effects or any post-production done to any of the audio here, apart from a little bit of noise reduction just to get rid of any sort of hums in the background that I might have in this room. Now, from my observations and kind of testing of this mic prior to actually making this video, I think that the quality coming out of this is more than sufficient for the needs of the microphone, for the use cases of this microphone. For those creators who are looking for a good quality mic to do their podcasts with, to do their content creation with, to do their streaming with, this provides all of that, especially if you're going to be using it in like a podcast or a meeting situation or a talking head video where you've got the microphone right in front of you. I think this mic performs really well, and obviously I can't vouch for the XLR quality that's going to come out of this. Fifine, hint hint, send me one of your XLR interfaces so that I can actually make that comparison. But I think straight out of the box, the quality you're getting directly from the USB connection that this thing has is absolutely fantastic, and I think you can't really ask for more from the budget price that you're getting this microphone at, because it's sitting at something that's cheaper than even the Elgato Wave 1, but it's slightly more expensive than something like the Razer Siren Mini, which I think in my option is still the best basic budget microphone. But if you want something a little bit more fancy, something that looks a little bit better, then the K688 is definitely a very good shout, definitely more than viable. So there you have it, guys. That's all for today's review of this K688 microphone and the BM88 microphone arm from Fifine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative to you, and I hope it helped you make a decision. I'm going to leave a link to both of these, as well as the K658 microphone that I did in the past, down below. These are Amazon associate links, so if you do use the link to buy the item, then it does help me out a little bit. And if you guys have any questions about anything I said in the video, then do leave a comment down below. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, do all of the things. Until next time, guys, this is Kai24 signing out.